Hello,
Yep.
everybody, and welcome back to
Hey.
Adventures of the Trackless Sea. As you can see, we've got a fancy little background. Um,
Jesus.
I'm off to a good start. I've been punning all day today, so I apologize.
Oh boy. Oh
So
boy.
Um,
we're going to
Pun is
punish our
strong with this one.
audience.
when we last left off, Dagger went to shop in the City of Glass to buy some more incense for her divination spells and whatnot, when she encountered this larger-than-life Myrid, a water genie, who requested instead of coin for the incense, or scale, as they more commonly use in the City of Glass, to have Dagger instead perform for her as payment. To everyone's surprise, Dagger not only performed well, but gave Hakim Wasima Habibi, the talent judge of the Endless Sea, the best performance she had ever witnessed in her eternal existence. With the snap of the noble Myrid's fingers, the group finds themselves back on the streets of the City of Glass with no sign of Dagger. So we'll start with the rest of the group. Suddenly, you're in the central district. It's where most of the traffic is at. Most of them are humans. Horses aren't really a thing that they use in the City of Glass. They have a lot of man-pulled carts here. So you see a lot of man-pulled carts that carry goods to and from through different random gates
That's a
connected to the
lot
City
of.
of Glass.
I'm imagining someone in leather with straps, but I think you mean a rickshaw instead.
Yeah, a rickshaw.
And most
Yeah.
We
importantly,
have to go there so early.
you notice Dagger is missing.
Yeah.
My dagger's missing. Ah, damn thief. Oh, and dagger's missing. Damn
I
thief.
paused to smack the Baron. I go back to reading my spell book.
What happened to dagger?
There was a powerful genie, and he snapped his fingers, and then we were in some sort of playhouse, and then he snapped his fingers again, and we're here.
It's definitely a she.
Sorry.
Yeah, all genies look alike to me too.
I'm gonna try message just in case she's within 60 feet. But I'm guessing no.
120.
Oh. Yes.
I only know
Numbers.
because I rewatched the episode and the last episode, and I cast it on the Baron.
Okay.
Of course, I'm
And
not sure where
specifically
she
asked if two Neverwinter blocks equals 120 feet or less.
That's right. I forgot about that.
You are not in range.
Okay. I'll try sending instead. Dagger, hi, are you okay? What's happening right now?
Give me just a moment.
And then I scream for the rest of the 25
It's a 95. It's a 95% chance of success. If you're going from a different plane, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, 95%.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Okay. Everything's fine.
You send that, and just to keep my continuity in check, we immediately go to Dagger then.
Okay.
Dagger.
Hi.
You are suddenly in this really nice lounge. Think like a hookah bar. It's got this a lot of seat pillows and whatnot. You notice quite a few other people here. Most of them are what appear to be made of water. You're thinking they're maybe water Genasi, like Varth is. You know, quite a few big, maybe 3 feet diameter bowls of water that are fairly shallow. You would maybe get, you wouldn't even get like knee deep if you stood in these. The room smells of nice, expensive perfumes. You can see brass incense hanging around that seems to be giving off this smell. There's food on a table nearby, and it's like all this really nice food. There's grapes there that appear like the skin is made of goldish foil. You know, like some really outlandishly fancy stuff. And popping out of one of the water pools you just notice the vague silhouette of what appears to be like almost like a feminine figure, and she sees you, and notices you notice her because you have really high passive perception, and she disappears back into the water. Even with your perception, you can tell she merged with the water as if she is the water.
Mm.
She's not hiding it. And then you also see what appears to be another human lady. She looks like she's from Zakara, maybe. She's got that kind of dress to her. She has a sitar, and she's tuning it. And she sees you and is like, wait, this is supposed to be a solo gig. And then that's when Azra sending comes through.
Oh God. Okay. I'm in a living room. I have a collar on. The blink dog is really upset.
You notice there's a genie dog also.
It's just blue. It's a regular dog, but it's blue. It's got a little turban on.
So wearing the hat, yeah.
It's
okay.
got the turban.
And
With
instead
the
of having
middle.
like no backside, it's just the tail part that's the wisp.
The tail goes off to the wispy.
Yeah.
Are you guys okay? I have the incense. I'm gonna try and get back to you. And I think I'm out of
Okay.
words.
Okay. Message received.
And who might you be?
Dagger Catterley. Apparently, I performed too well for my discount.
He says, my name is Witha Aman.
He's a Digimon.
Make sure not to interrupt her, he says.
Good to know.
And he starts playing his sitar. Like he's just like, jam practicing.
Yeah, she's gonna try and plane shift back to Toril. Back home.
Give me an Arcana check as you cast it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 350.
No. 30.
Okay.
9,000.
You cast it, and you. Where was your destination again?
Let's see, Neverwinter.
You very briefly see the buildings of Neverwinter, but then you feel yourself forcibly back where you are, and you realize that neck brace you have on you is a dimensional shackle.
I'm
And
gonna cast
the water
on...
lady pops out, and she goes, "Oh,
First time?
are you the new slave?"
Apparently.
Well, I have to tell you, you might be in very much big trouble. Just make sure that you do what Wasima says, and most importantly, don't interrupt her.
Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Identify on the collar.
You identify. Would that be abjuration?
Mostly.
It's definitely
Yeah.
it's dimensional. It's the dimensional shackles. Essentially,
Okay.
what it does, because your Arcana check was high enough, you already know. Any dimensional spells, any like Dimension Door or Plane Shift or Teleport, will not function with that on. You would either need the command word to
identify-
unlock it, or succeed a really, really high strength check.
You got this.
Dagger just looks down at her own arms like, shit. Noodle time.
Yeah, noodle time.
I think that's enough time on Dagger, so we'll go back to the rest of the group.
Cool. While we're going whoosh, I'm gonna go let the dog pee because he's being loud.
Okay. But he's got the whole.
Come on, loudmouth.
But he's got the whole ocean.
Well, like I said, until we really know how to help Dagger best, I think we should continue with our plan to gate your brother here.
But
That was a quick decision.
I can't. What?
If
As
we're
just does
dealing
this
with,
for a minute.
we're dealing with genies. Azra, I'm not entirely sure any of our magic will work if the genie doesn't wish it to.
Well, what the fucking
I
point
feel
of
plenty of
having magic
genies.
at all?
I actually knew a genie named, or is a djinn named Aziz. He was really dumb.
It's just
Cool
that.
story.
It's just then you see a myriad show up towards a nearby wall on one of the stores, and he goes, and as he claps his hands, it seems to summon these people that their skin has the texture of like a sand-ish color, and they also have that very Arabian Night kind of dress to them, and you see them put up a poster. This is like 2-meter tall poster, and it says,
Jesus. That's a big poster.
"Come one and all to the performance of a lifetime. It will be
Oh,
at the
God.
Citadel of 10,000 Pearls." When I say Citadel, the cathedral.
Hey, is that actually made of 10,000 pearls, or is that just like a hyperbole?
Arcana check.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the other named place in the plane of water.
Oh,
Oh man, I need to bring up my character.
Jesus. Well, I rolled a 2, so never mind.
I rolled a 3, so plus my intelligence, that makes it a 4.
Cool.
I did a thing, yay!
I
Yeah,
think
13
mine's
total for Azra.
above 20.
A 20?
Above 20, I believe.
Okay. Then
Yes, it
would,
is
You would know
24.
what you know out of character. What you would know in character.
It's only a model.
Azra's just like nodding.
Varth, I would allow you a history check instead, because you're from the Zenkarum equivalent of Sword Coast.
In that case, my 4 becomes a 4.
Got it.
Well, this is fun.
I don't like this.
No.
That
Well,
makes
I
2 of
miss
us.
her already.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Can you locate person spell?
Nope.
Hmm.
I think if one of us could cast it, it would be her.
Yeah.
But you're a wizard.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
You have all the spells.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any locate spells. She's been this whole time just like leafing through her spell book like there has to be something in here that would be
I got it.
helpful.
Yo, Mr.
I
Blue
could-
Married.
I could
Married.
use scrying on her.
Married person.
Yeah, but that wouldn't show me where
Ah.
she is though.
He
married
seems,
person.
he seems to purposely ignore you.
I'm the Baron Salbador. You've heard of me. What should I discuss with you?
He flies off
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, fuck you
Bye.
too.
Do we
Finger of death. No.
Do we think she might be at this concert though?
I
It's
think
in-
she
Yes.
is the concert.
You
Yeah.
notice-
Yes, it's very
you notice
convenient.
You notice the poster literally has Dagger painted there.
That was
It's quick.
quick. It was like 10 minutes ago.
Very
Genies.
quick.
Magic.
If they weren't powerful genies, I would say that is the fastest publication of a photo I've ever seen.
Yeah. What's a photo?
I heard someone say it once. I think it was a gnome. He said
Cool.
something about it being like a painting, but smaller and better looking.
Huh. Anyway.
It
Well,
was a
it's
weird
made out
name.
of pigment
his-
on back of a silver. Anyway,
The gnome said his name was Polaroid. I'm not exactly sure what that meant.
They got photos on Ravnica. It's a very nice thing. They even got booths you can go in.
God, Azra regrets asking the question.
No magic. I'm not sure what it meant.
The
It was when I was a
poster.
merchant.
The poster is Dagger with like a show tune's like top hat on, doing like a kick dance, and behind her are a bunch of dinosaurs dancing.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna try and take down the poster so that I can keep it because that's amazing and she needs to see it later.
Okay, you
Hold on. Anybody got that quill with ink? We
You-
need to modify something.
you find
Nope.
it is stuck onto the wall with some kind of adhesive. Apparently a
my
waterproof
God.
one.
It's glue.
and to just cause telekinesis to like shimmy it, but I won't do that. That's
I pull out the sword and just start doing the thing you do when something's glued on.
yeah.
Okay, with the
It's
sword.
so excessive to use a magical fucking hexblade sword to
Yeah.
peel a poster down.
You know what? You're being so creative and being so delicate with it. I will allow it.
It's
You-
an adhesive knife.
Wait,
Piece of
what's glue?
Salbador.
No one really stops you.
You know what
We
glue
know what glue is.
Glue's been
No, you
around for a
don't.
long
It's holding my book together.
Oh,
Yeah.
binding material. Got it.
That's a legendary.
Sorry.
That's a super powerful magic item.
That's
No, that's-
sovereign glue. That's different.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
not the same. Like they had glue. That's how you make like, tons
Books.
of weapons and books and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't be surprised if there is sovereign glue in Azra's spellbook somewhere. Somewhere in the production of a mage's spellbook.
Well, some of
Yeah.
them were just like tablets of stone held together by giant metal rings that, because it's Faerun, there were all sorts of amazing ways to craft a book.
I would
Yeah,
say
mine's just a fucking book.
I would say a wizard's spell book, since they cost quite a bit, would have sovereign glue. It'd be a very thin amount of it.
Yeah. It was part of my school materials. And it's not dead yet, so it's pretty impressive for a book
Mhm.
that's been underwater several times.
Many times.
Mhm.
Just so we know, the earliest human use of adhesive-like substance
Oh my god.
was approximately 200,000 years ago.
But they didn't call it glue.
They called it ugh.
Maybe they did. Maybe glue is just an ugly word. Maybe that's how old it is. Glue. Glue.
There's just a earth elemental that walks by and sees you guys with the poster, and you got all this
Having a debate
excess
about
glue
glue.
that just is on the ground, and he comes up to
Mhm.
you and he goes, "Dum dum, give me gum gum."
I give him some glue.
Go for it,
He
fam.
chews on it and walks away.
Nice.
See you at the museum later. Where?
I haven't seen that film in so long.
I love that. You dum dum, you give me gum gum.
What is that from?
Night at
Night at the
museum.
museum.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was a child when I saw that. My bad.
I
I know, I had to. I'm
I think
sorry.
both Kat and Kevin are like, "Oh God, we're old."
Mubby. It's not my fault I'm baby. I'm sorry.
Age faster.
No, you age slower. Fuck you.
God, I wish.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
back in the Daggerverse,
Back at the ranch.
Wait, it's called the Daggerverse? My God, she's so popular already. She's got her own universe.
I'm Dagger, I'm Dagger, I'm Dagger, I'm Dagger. It's from the Quartet universe. Anyway,
Good
Well-
God, 3 daggers you guys would hate me. She'd be dead in an instant.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Oh my god.
you notice that despite being apparently a slave, you are in like luxury here. Anything you could want is here.
Except freedom.
You notice that there are other archways.
Yeah, that's not here.
There are other archways that go to different other areas. You notice there's like a spa over here. There's like a mud bath in the same room with like the little cucumbers and stuff.
Ooh, cucumbers.
You notice mud mephits are keeping that one up. And there are also steam mephits in another smaller room that's obviously a sauna. You've already seen that in Cholt, but that was, one of the one of the princes of Chult, right?
Merchant princes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do I remember about genies?
Arcana.
You dream of them with the light brown hair.
I was gonna say Gene Genius starts playing by David Bowie.
34. I got a nat 20.
You know that genies are elementals for their for the specific inner planes. The myriads, aka the water genies, are considered the most powerful, but they're also the most egotistical. The noble myriads, every myriad calls himself a noble, but if this myriad is a noble myriad, then they are even a step above that, a normal genie. And you know, genies can be very powerful. Some can grant wishes. You're not sure about the myriad ones though. You've heard more of the I keep forgetting what the air one's called. Jinn?
Jinn.
The Jinn and the Afritis. Both the air and fire genies. Heard bad things about the fire genies. They seem to like to dick people over, even if they don't cast wishes.
It's kind of their thing.
But you know, the most universal thing with genies is they want to show that they are the best, and if they see something they just take it. But depending on which genie takes you depends on how good they take care of you. The Afriti treat you like you would expect things that would consider you a slave to be. Partially. Make you do a lot of manual labor and stuff. The Jinn and the myriads usually leave you pretty well off. Because they want you to stay.
I want to give for a Shire right now.
You also know in the Lances of Zakarum, they're a pretty big deal there.
Yeah.
Further south. At least in the Forgotten Realms. As you're debating this, and you get a survey of the land.
Well, I have to... Yeah.
I will say also with that Arcana check, you've realized you're in a demi-plane.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, I at least know that I'm not on Toril, because otherwise plane shift would have failed anyway.
There is a big pink clamshell that's in the center stage of the room you're in. And after you're there for a bit, suddenly the clamshell goes to open, but before it does, there's like all this theatrical music that starts playing. The lights dim, and then you just notice two light sources seem to somehow move towards the clam.
Headset was like, wee!
The pools of water, little bits of like little fountains of it start shooting up into the air. And the clam opens and rises up, and as it does, the genie that you saw in the marketplace is coming out of it. And she's in like a dramatic pose with fans. And as she comes out of it, she starts singing. Welcome to my grotto. Call me the Queen of the Cray. I'm the catch of the day. The ocean's my oyster. The waves are mine to rule. I am the baddest fish in the school. I'm the current. I'm the tide. I reign on your parade. I'm the siren's serenade. I'll drown you in riches. I might go overboard, but please call me my lord. And then a servant seems to appear out of nowhere, a little water mephit, and it pulls out this scroll, and the scroll is much bigger than the mephit itself as it dangles in the air. And it says, now presenting... I gotta get her full title. This is another thing you would have learned. They like their titles. Now presenting the great Harcum of the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls, Porter of the great Padisha, teacher of the sirens, mistress of waterspouts, the beauty of the myriad, the Raj of the Manchun, Wasima Habibi. And then you hear like an audience like clapping and stuff, but you're not sure from where. From some undiscerned location.
Did I hear monsoon?
Monsoon.
Okay.
Manchu, not
Not
Manchu.
Manchu.
Okay, because I was
Meanwhile-
real confused.
Manchun's like, the fuck?
Hello, Dagger Catterley. You have the honor of playing for me at the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls.
For all
Do I know what that
eternity.
is?
You know it is considered the capital, if there would be a capital of the Plane of Water. And it is the Myriad's HQ, so to speak. There's no less than about 200 Myriads there at a time.
Yeesh.
Not including their servants. That's another few thousand people.
Also, yeesh.
As she's stepping down from the clam and telling you that, like her legs, she just materializes legs. And
Mhm.
it's like walking down. And you notice the fans, like 2 servants come from each side, one grabs a fan each. And then like another one comes over and like takes her hair tie out, so her hair band that was back goes out and her hair just like flows. And she just L'Oreal's it.
Mhm.
We shall be arriving in my carriage in a few hours. So please, make yourself comfortable. Maybe do a little bit of practicing. Though you don't need it, as she boops you on the nose.
I do a little bow. My lord, may I ask where we're going?
My lord.
I try to repeat what she said.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, Jesus.
no.
Oh, no.
You have to say her entire name every time. Dear God, that's annoying.
Jeez.
I'm gonna add bardic
She's like,
inspiration.
I like to go by the human alias of Dr. Knight.
What you go by whatever alias you want that's not 5 paragraphs long for me to remember.
yeah.
Tiny human brain, no words that long.
21.
Okay, so you remember that her full title is the Great Harcum of the Citadel of 10,000
Oh my
Pearls,
God.
the Quarter of the Great Pradesha, Teacher of the Sirens, Mistress of Waterspouts, the Beauty of the Myriad, and Raj of the Monsoon.
This is why no one in the fucking Plane of Water gets anything done.
Believe it or not, this is one of the shorter.
Busy just saying their name.
This is one of the shorter noble myriad titles.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
List of titles, I should say.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I repeat that.
She looks impressed. That little a water lady, like her head like popped out, and it looked like she was gonna try to whisper to you like the title if you didn't remember. She looks very concerned for your safety.
Same.
She's correct.
Yeah, I mean everyone else is too, but we know there's genies involved, so we're not going to be able to do anything to stop this.
Hmm.
They can alter the fabric of reality. So
Well, I'm off to feed Boo Boo. I'll see you in a few hours. And then she disappears into like there's like a little splash of water where she was at.
Do you have any idea where we're going? I say to the room because I know there are other people in the room with me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're heading to the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls, the Plane of Water. Where'd you get picked up? Says this guy with the sitar.
The city of glass.
Hmm.
I don't remember what district.
Oh,
Cat doesn't.
Market.
Dagger probably does.
the market one.
I'm sure you were impressive, but not as impressive as I.
Oh
Wow.
my god, you're stuck with the Baron again.
How'd you get here?
Give me an Arcana check on this fellow. There is something off about him. His skin seems to glow a bit.
He seems a bit ASMR-ish.
Maybe it's
22.
Maybelline.
You're pretty sure he's one of the lesser genies, an artisan genie.
Oh.
Mm,
Maybe it's not Maybelline.
it's probably not Maybelline. No.
No, maybe it's magic.
You know these.
Maybe
You
it's
know
magic.
that the lesser genies, also gens, like your friend Varth has, are specifically crafted by genies themselves to serve them in specific tasks. So this genie's whole purpose is performance in arts. The closest you can get to a musical elemental, I guess.
So how long have you been here?
5 days.
He scoffs and says, "Longer than you."
Well, fucking clearly, I've been here for 10 minutes.
You'll be here much longer if you know how to be quiet.
Apparently,
I'm
other
sorry,
than
I figured
kidnapping
we were
people,
allowed to talk to each other.
We are, but you're kind of ruining my muse. I'm gonna be over here. And he gets all snooty and he takes his sitar over to the corner.
I make a face behind his back.
He doesn't notice. I just rolled.
I'm like casually
is
go
up to
over
you.
to where that bowl of water is.
What does your passive
not, like-
perform?
My passive performance?
Mm-hmm.
21.
Okay. Then you would be able to tell from bard to bard. He's not as good as you.
Ooh.
I'll leave that up to you.
The
Kick him in
stupid
the
thing
face and take his
is,
sitar and just like.
the stupid thing is like Dagger doesn't actually do performances that often.
That's what makes this funny, because I know you don't care.
Yeah.
Like, Dagger does not care.
That's probably why she's better. She's less invested. She's less immediate about
Yeah.
it.
It's just less moody. About
I'm not afraid of embarrassing the shit out of myself because I've
Yeah.
made dancing dinosaurs. I'm just like, nah, go big, go home.
Right.
Yep.
Who cares?
You can't get too
Um,
precious on stage, baby.
The water lady pops up her upper half out of the water, and she's like, "Don't mind him. He's rude. If you have any questions, you can ask me."
What's your name?
My name?
Mhm.
It's Spira.
Spirit?
Well, you didn't say bubbles on the least.
You notice that even though she seems to be completely made of water, the only part that is not is the brass neck band that she has on her. I'm a
Is
Nereid.
daggers made out of brass too?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't remember you
gonna
saying that
ask-
last time.
I was
thought it
gonna
was
ask if
100%.
you know how long you've been here, but if we're in a demi-plane, time might not pass the same way here.
Nope. I've seen many mortals come in here. You're doing great so far.
Dare I ask what happened to the others?
Oh, well, Her Majesty. They kind of interrupted her asking what was going on, and she kind of killed him accidentally a little bit.
Accidentally
Meme.
disintegrated them.
It's okay,
Weird.
we've all been there.
I mean, she's never done it.
Great
She's
person.
never done it on purpose. It's just she kind of has a short fuse if she gets interrupted. Anything else you'd like to know? I've been here for at least a few centuries.
So
Not as long as him, though. As she like points over to that moody guy.
I don't think I'm gonna live that long.
I'm sure you'll be fine. She comes over and she's just like pats your shoulder. She's still attached to the water, and you notice inside herself, like at her core, there seems to be some kind of stone with like a rune on it.
What's that?
Oh, this is me.
Oh,
Hello, me.
Us Nereids.
I've seen a lot of things, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I think your humans would call us water sprites in a way. I'm not sure if she can hear me right now.
No, yeah, it froze.
Oh
I
no.
can hear you. Where everything's just frozen.
Okay, got it. Well,
Ah.
as long as I have this,
Did you hear my angry growl?
yes.
Yeah. Just that, nothing else. And the audio has been delayed ever so slightly, so your words don't even match up with how you're talking.
Fantastic.
It looks like a movie you watched that's been dubbed, you know? They didn't bother to give you the subtitles, they just hope you can listen well enough.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you were saying, Scotty?
Well, this is my soul, in a way. The water that you see around you is just what I'm manifesting. I can just do that. And she just like raises a hand. A little bit of water moves.
That's pretty cool.
My advice, if you do what she says, she'll probably just let you free willingly once you do what she wants you to do.
It's not going to be like I have to serve her for 101 days, is it?
Well, that depends on how loyal you show yourself to be to her. She tends to throw away things that she takes, though. So I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, in this case, I don't think I would mind being thrown away as long as, I'm still alive when she does it.
That I can't guarantee.
Cool.
Well,
goes back to the rest of the party.
Let me just preemptively look up what reincarnate.
No reason in particular.
No reason at all. Just curious.
Oh, if I get reincarnated, do I lose my first human feet?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I would lose vicious mockery.
Well, I don't have 25,000 gold pieces in my pocket, so I'm not going to cast True Resurrection.
Do we have the gate spell? Gate spell?
Can we please say that before I went to perform, I handed either literally anyone else in the party the bag of holding?
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Okay. So you guys have the treasury.
Honestly, I was traveling with you. Varth was probably holding it.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, yeah. No, water form you is infinitely stronger than me. Water form him has a fucking 18 strength.
Yeah. Water form me is
swole as shit.
It's very. I'm a swole, watery boy.
So, you got the gate spell, right?
Yes.
And we have everything that we had as the party treasure that Dagger was carrying. So
I should look into that later to make sure everything's good.
I've already accounted for everything. We're fine.
Since you
dumbass.
Since you've been here
Trust my
before,
husband and was about to actually send you the treasury link.
Oh my god. You fool.
Since you've all been to the City of Glass before, you know that spells like gate are illegal inside the city. Just because they have enough problem managing all the different innate portals that seem to conjure up anyway.
So we'll just go outside the city front door?
Good to know.
You could easily just go outside the city and do it, and it'll be fine.
How many hours away
outside the front door
is the concert at the cathedral? Does it say on the poster?
No, because you're in the inner planes, and it just gives you the location. And they're weird like that. Because the planes are weird, and distance is relative.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we just, get a room or jump out, test gate, go to Dagger, come back.
I just feel weird doing this without Dagger. I don't know why.
Codependency?
Unfortunately, time is of the essence with your brother, and the sooner we can get him back here, the sooner I can use greater restoration on him.
Yes, but Dagger, she's a party member.
That's true.
Besides, that's one less person to take.
You can't say it's a friend. No, it's just the neutralist term possible. Party member, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, that's one less person to be between me and the Aboleth.
We're not summoning the Aboleth. We're just summoning her brother.
If they come for the brother or whatever.
Yeah.
We need all the people between me and them.
We're
What
just
I was
gonna
gonna
gate
say.
her brother through. The Aboleth can't just come through willy-nilly. We didn't ask them.
Yeah.
I don't think
But I
they
mean,
ask for
Dagger's the one
consent
who's
when they
good
do
at reading
things.
people, is more my concern. And like, well, I mean,
Actually not. I don't
magically.
have insight. I don't have, okay, because I'm like, I don't have proficiency in insight. You do.
yeah, I know. Like, she doesn't know that though. She thinks she's fucking stupid.
I mean,
But she's the one who's got all of the like people magic, and I don't know if the aboleth is in his brain, you know.
Well, Greater
I don't think I
Restoration
explained
should
that good, you
remove
know what I
most
mean.
of that. I do. Greater Restoration should remove most of that was inherent to what he is becoming.
I hope
If
so.
there was magic involved, we may not be able to do much with that outside of breaking it with some sort of dispelling.
Oh, that I could do.
Did
I can
I?
Greater Restoration him, and maybe you could dispel him to make sure there's no inherent spells on him that would need to be broken.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense.
What's everyone's passive perceptions? That isn't Dagger.
Yeah, garbage.
It's
like 11.
Trash and garbage.
Okay,
Times
you're
trash to the
at
power
least
of garbage.
it's at least a 16.
Squared. Passive
At minimum.
perception.
If proficient.
No, it's not proficient. He's a fucking druid with a maximum wisdom.
Yeah, my
So-
wisdom is maxed out.
So it'd be 15.
Yeah, you have a no.
My passive is 16. Yeah.
Because he had the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My wisdom is 22.
No need to flex, my guy.
He had the book of game breaking.
Flex my
Yeah.
brain.
12 minus 12.
Yeah, it's 11, 12, and 16. So, like, you will take it, sir.
Varth, you notice when you guys are talking about aboleths that this older human gentleman wearing white
Great.
robes notices. He seems to look over, and he was like eavesdropping for just like a split second. Like he stopped his walk, but then he kept going wherever he was going.
Is he still here?
Nope, he walked away. You could catch up to him if you're quick.
Why'd you do the growly sigh like that, Varth? I don't like the growly sigh.
No, that's the
So-
bubbliness because he's in water.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She knows
Um,
what he's doing, though, even if it comes out bubbles.
He simmers, literally simmers.
Oh, shit.
Hang on a second. I puddle as fast as I can his direction.
All right, since
Oh, not in public, man. Not in public.
Wait, you guys are still underwater, right?
no, they're in the central district.
In the city.
In
Yeah,
the
we're in that, like,
Oh,
air
damn.
bubble. As
So
funny as
30
that
feet.
was.
30 feet around puddle, not 90 feet
Yeah.
zoom.
Right.
It's the biggest district in the center of the city, but the actual center is the Crystal Lake, and then above that was the Revelry, that cloud
Ooh,
giant
Party town.
party town.
Let's avoid Crystal Lake. I hear there's a murderer there.
Only if you stay in a log cabin and you're a teenager.
Is it Crystal Lake?
We're
No,
fine.
I think it's actually Ice Lake. I'm thinking horror movie slashers.
Yeah.
It's a good name for a lake, all right?
It is. That's why they keep putting camps there to get murdered.
Only if you're a teenager.
Mhm.
Or
Anyway.
camp counselor.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I chase after him as fast as I can go.
Okay, you're able to catch up to him pretty quickly, mostly because you're ooze-like, and you can just easily weave past everybody. Nothing
Yeah,
really
that's
obstructs
why I said
your
I puddle
movement.
as fast as I can because I can just go underneath people.
You catch up to him.
You
when
must see a lot.
I try not to look.
Oh, he's puddling on everybody.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
You
We're
catch-
just both, like, grossed out in the corner.
you catch up to him pretty quickly. So, what do you do?
I reform into Varth right in front of him.
Oh. He's like, oh, excuse me.
Listening in on a conversation you shouldn't be, I think.
He stops and raises an eyebrow.
We have literally never ever had a conversation in private in our lives.
I know.
He raises an eyebrow and says, didn't seem like a private conversation to me. I apologize. Shouldn't have been looking in your general direction. And he goes to keep
Any
walking around you.
particular reason you were interested in what we were saying?
No, not at all. If you excuse me, I don't like to stand too long. It's not good on my knees.
Sure.
Ezra really wants to yell insight check from like 300 feet away.
Yeah, I'm not good at it at all, but I'm gonna.
You're a
insight check.
druid.
You have a +6, bitch.
Ezra only has a +7.
Only.
Well, I rolled a 20, so
Oh my God.
26.
You're pretty sure he's hiding.
Only a 26.
You're pretty sure he's hiding something, but not something malevolent.
He's nosy. He's a rubbernecker.
Does he seem like a old wizardy type?
Maybe.
Like, pointy hat, old book, walking stick.
You can give me a history check.
Stereotype.
You can humor me with a history check.
He's not wearing all blue,
8.
is he?
Is he Resnet?
That's what I
A very
went. That's
old
where I
version
went.
of Resnet.
Azra can also try a history check if she'd like.
Oh, good. My favorite. Is that intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Okay. Good, I rolled a 1. Never mind.
I love how
Fucking hell.
the second the lore
I
bard
cannot
isn't
roll for shit today.
the second the lore bard isn't there, it's like all mental stats, nat ones.
Everyone just fails horribly. Yeah.
Except for the
Running
Baron.
stupid.
Baron,
Yeah.
do you want to try a history check?
You're
Sure.
not even from this plane. Well, no, you've been here for a long ass
He's
time.
been here for a few centuries.
Yeah.
That is a 22.
You don't recognize the old guy.
All humans look like to me.
Yeah, he's definitely human though.
Taste his blood. You'll be able to find out so much more.
If I could raise an eyebrow, I would, but I don't have eyebrows. I'm made out of water. I splash back over towards the party.
So what's his deal?
Apparently just paying a little too much attention
He-
to our
he says-
conversation, although his interest was not malevolent.
He says, "Oh, wait," as you're just like, and you already got over there.
Come on over, old man. We want to
People
speak
are
to
going
you.
by in the busy streets. A cart goes
Why do
by,
we keep
and when the
making more
cart goes
friends?
by, he disappears.
Oh my god.
He
Probably the
reappears
only
I
behind.
swear to god.
Suddenly, you hear him behind you as he walks up to you,
Jesus Christ. I hate this city.
and he
Keep
says,
forgetting people can do that.
"It sounds like you need my help. The name's Termasil."
How do I spell that?
Terminal seal?
Or?
I really wish Dagger was here. She probably knows who this is. I say, grabbing my head.
How would Dagger know what, random
She knows
people?
everything.
She knows
Have you met her?
practically everything.
She's a level 20 lore bard. There's very few things she doesn't
So,
know.
Mr. Termasu, how can we help you?
Tasty.
God damn it, Baron.
I think it's less of you helping me and me helping you. I hear that there's an aboleth situation. Are you from Torel?
Maybe.
As it
They
so
are.
happens.
I'm not.
Most
Oh,
of
well,
us
that's
are.
actually not untrue.
Yeah. They're from Abiel Torel. It's a place. I think the
From
continent
his-
of Chult.
From his teleport spell, can I tell what kind of magic user he is?
Arcana check.
Yeah. Alright. Don't fuck with me, dice. I swear to god.
-1. Oh, come on!
We're good. We're good, everybody. It's a 27.
Nice.
You
We're
noticed,
just waiting.
you noticed when he used the teleportation spell, there was no components at all. He just did it.
Interesting.
But you do notice he does have a wizard's book. Spell book.
Okay. That checks out.
Though it looks suspiciously thin.
Spell mastery.
Mm.
All of
Mm.
his feats are spell mastery.
And the book is red. I know that doesn't really matter, but the second I said it that way, it makes it sound like it matters.
I think I know who he is.
Like, now I'm stressed and I don't know why.
Well, I think I can help you with
Oh
your
my gosh.
aboleth situation.
Cool.
Maybe you could
How
join
can
me
you-
for a drink at the local tavern.
Oh my god. Like, pretends to look in her diary. I'm like really busy
I
right
gotta
now.
wash my
Sure.
hair.
That's
I gotta
go-
wash my hair while
gotta go
standing
rinse
in
my
the plane
cat.
of water.
You know you should.
Yeah.
You know you should use the illusionary script if you have a diary on you. You never know when a rogue might try to snatch it.
It's just a diary that says "cry" in every like.
There's nothing of importance in it.
It's
I
written
know.
from top to bottom, cry
Yeah.
in different languages.
Yeah, occasionally scream. Yeah.
Oh, then fair
That's a
enough.
separate page.
Okay. That's young man. Let us go have a drink. Come on, young man.
Young man. There's no need for me to
There's
feel
no
down.
need to feel down.
Blake
Yes, good.
Oh god. Just imagine him doing the YMCA Slayer.
has figured things out here that are going on, but Varth is far not intelligent enough to know.
There are many human taverns here. There's actually a few dwarven ones too, because the dwarf district is nearby. You recall they have a gate to the quasi-elemental plane of minerals, where the dwarves like to harvest a lot of gems.
It doesn't matter where we go. Alcohol is alcohol. There's no difference.
The leading
That's the first thing you've said all day that I've agreed with.
So you head to a tavern with this mysterious old man that totally isn't important.
I guess.
Goes back to Dagger.
My friends are in the middle of plotting to save me. I know it.
Mhm.
Dagger, you
Goes
have
to tavern with old man we just met.
you have an hour.
Montage of us drinking.
Yeah.
You have an hour or two to do anything you would like. If you wanted to like short rest, or I don't know if you can get any of your spells back. I think you did cast a spell for the dancing dinos.
I cast a couple spells. I also use. I'm gonna take a short rest, yeah, because I used a couple bardic inspirations, so I'll get those back. And I just want to ask, mostly probably, what was her name? Spira. Try and learn as much as I can about Mistress whatnot. If you could like actually send me her title, that'd be great.
Yeah. Also, here's the Nereid's full name. I just said Spira. So that's what you'd go with by shorthand.
Okay.
Here's the full title of the noble Nereid, who is your host.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind the last two words are her actual name. For those at home, it's like 6 lines in the Zoom chat.
Oh my god.
Dear.
I don't
Lord.
even think this would fit in a message.
Oh no.
The only two you need to know is Wasima Habibi.
Yeah.
That is not 25 words or less, though.
No, it is not. Jeannie's 25 words is like saying hi. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, like half
It
of saying
is.
hi, because they can't even say their full name.
Her name is
Mm.
34 words long.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
My god. Wow. Good.
But you hear her voice, Wasiba's voice, and she says, "We have arrived. Please head to your nearest exit, and we will start the show." One of the doorways like lights up, and you can hear noises and stuff on the other side. It's like a wall of water there.
I had not. I also wanted to, while I was taking that short rest, to
Mhm.
write down a couple of ideas for based on, because I want to know like who is this lady and what's she about and everything, like what has she done and shit. And this lady wants a show. I want to write a song about her.
Okay. Then your new friend, Agela Spira, the Nereid,
Mhm.
would tell you everything she knows about her master. And pretty much most of it is kind Apparently, she likes to go around the plane of water and sometimes to various material planes and do talent searches. And apparently, she is just underneath the Great Padisha of the Myriads. That's the highest ranking one,
Mm-hmm.
an equivalent of a queen, I guess.
Padisha?
Yeah, because I know how to pronounce things totally.
Sorry. Like 2 years of a Zakaran campaign.
Oh, I thought that was press X to dumb for a second there, and I'm like, yep, I'm X. The one that she serves under is the Great Padisha of the Myriad, the Keeper of the Empire, the Pearl of the Sea, the Mother of the Foam, the Majra of the Oceans, Emir of all currents, Mistress of Rivers, Great Raj of the Manchun. Yes, it's Manchun. General of the Whales, Pasha of Corals, Savior of Fish, Marshal of Nets, Patron of Waterspouts, and so on and so forth. And she lists you 100 more titles.
Oh boy.
Even
Great.
the 2E lore says this is just some of the many of her titles.
Oh yeah. But that's who she serves under.
Yes. And she explains to you that she's pretty sure she's going to try to use you as the entertainment for tonight's compulsive ball that they're going to have. That they just decided on after Osima told her about you.
Okay. So what Dag is mostly searching for is like cool shit she's done. I don't know that it's going to be like adventures, but like really awesome acts that she's done or found, or like amazingly rare things that she owns, and just basically butter her up as much as possible and make her look as good as possible to the people in the crowd.
Okay, well, a few centuries ago, she was one of the head teachers for some of the first sirens ever created for singing. So she has that going for her. There is actually a literal place in the plane of water that the Myriad call Water Sprouts. It's just a hangout location, but her title, Mistress of Water Sprouts, because she's really popular there. Beauty of the Myriad is like almost every Myriad has that title. They always think they're the most beautiful.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But the Great Harcum of the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls means that she's like the great judge. So she's the one that judges others. Or at least she likes to think she is the great judge out of all the judges. Pretty much what you're getting from all these stories is a lot of self-ego boosting stories. Even from secondhand. A lot of these stories are just her talking about how great she is. So you're pretty sure if you do one of your classic, I spin a whole epic tale and I make her the protagonist, it'll work.
Checks out.
That's the plan. Yeah. Now, just the question. Because I did it once, I'm going to have to do it again. What the fuck do I use major image for?
Anything aquatic would be safe.
Yeah.
You're thinking the more visually grandiose, the better.
Just like a slideshow of the events of the song.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe like, are we underwater right now, or?
Well, yes
Presumably
and no. We're in her castle, which is her own pocket plane that she has inside the shell of her pet turtle dragon.
So cool.
Okay, that's okay.
Noble Myriads in a nutshell.
Will I be performing underwater or not?
Yes, but water breathing, I'm pretty sure, was cast upon you the second you were conjured here.
I already had it, but yeah.
Also, Varth casts it on everyone every
I
morning.
know. I'm basically just wondering, like,
I permanently removed a spell of that spell slot.
because my initial thought was the idea of like a sort of like watery depictions of her and all of the events of the stuff and everything, but it doesn't really fit as well if it's underwater. But if they look like they're made of ice stuff, that could be cool. A little less goofy than the dancing dinosaurs. She's going to try and go a little classy on this one.
Oh yeah, yep. There you go. There's her. There's the title that they give.
That's the great Padisha
For her
That's
master,
the leader of the
the
Myriad.
leader of the Myriads. That's just part. That's like the first part of it. They pretty much the excuse. I'm pretty sure why they had that have so many and made her have so many titles. Just that way, when the DM has to make titles for the Myriad, they have a lot of samples to choose from.
Mm-hmm. So how many words is that one, Blake?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see. Come on, mouse. Work with me here. I know that you shut off every time I don't use you for more than 5 seconds.
Same.
I'm not going to say her actual name because I know I'll butcher it heavily. And that's not including the titles, folks. I can get the titles just fine.
Okay, so I just had a funny thought. Fuck it, I might do it. I still have spells left. Because I'm like, I was thinking I should give, because I
63.
want it. She wants me here for it because I got that fucking 40. I better give her the 40 again. So like, I might want to cast Enhance Ability on myself, but I'm like, shit, that's concentration, and so is Major Image. Unless I cast Major Image at 6th level, in which case it's permanent until dispelled. But I also have Dispel Magic, so it's fine.
Her name is 63 words long.
Well, the first part of her titles.
The first part of her titles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The Ifriti are the angry ones. No, wait, no, the Tau are the angry ones, aren't they?
They're all angry.
I was just gonna say the Ifriti are
pretty much the only
most
ones
sinister. So
the
yeah,
only ones that aren't
angry.
angry are the air genies. That's about it.
The Myriad are the Myriad are the most chaotic. You would know that.
Yeah, they are.
They are the epitome of I do what I want because I can.
There's a word for it that I'm trying to remember.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, mercurial. Yeah.
Mercurial.
Yeah. Yep.
So as that gateway opens, and you see there's a very clear like a water wall that seems to lead into this very grandiose, well-lit Citadel Grand Hall. You see what you haven't even walked through yet, but you can see there are multiple light sources coming from various things from impossible angles if it was natural lighting. So as you prepare yourself and you're going to go walk out there for your performance.
Give me one sec. So a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
The second she has any time alone, Dag's gonna. I am blowing through spell slots, but
you
gotta do
you
it.
have your own private quarters. Pretty much, if you anything you need, you have here.
I can always upcast. I'm gonna spend my last 3rd level spell slot to cast Sending to Azra. Oh, I'm gonna perform. Give me a second. I'm writing it out so I can actually remember. Keep it at the 25 words.
Is that the Afridi one? Sorry, somebody. Yeah, equals Afridi leader. Okay.
6, 7.
Chat's blowing up with all the genies' titles.
It's just one name. They're just.
Mm-hmm.
I can send the other two later. But...
Okay, so I actually counted, and I think it's actually perfectly 25 because
Nice.
Dag has her book with her. She probably would have written this down. I'm safe in dimensionally locked collar. slave to merit, about to perform at Citadel of 1,000 Pearls, and hopefully get myself out. Try scrying. That's what I got.
And as you
Yeah.
go to walk through, rest of the group, you're heading into a tavern with this strange old man.
Strange indeed. I've seen what you've done, sir. Out of character, I know who we're talking to. In character, I have no freaking idea.
I don't know either way.
Yeah, I
so
was about to
that's
say,
fine.
there's no way in character, unless you're Dagger, that you would know who this
No
person is.
way.
Wait, did
No
Azra
way.
respond to my message?
Not
Or
yet.
will
I don't
she
think
get
it's
it
that
at the
time
end
yet.
of this scene? Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Haven't got
So,
it yet.
young man, how do you say you know about this aboleth?
Well, you see, I have also been studying these aboleth. I've also heard tales of your legendary quests and adventures.
Ah, shit.
You destroyed the shadow of Chult.
I hate it when people hear tales of me.
I mean,
I have many tales. Hopefully you've heard all the good ones.
it needed to be done.
Ezra better get used to it, because Dagger literally left her entire journal of all the shit we've done at Candlekeep.
Yeah.
And now every wizard who's any wizard knows we've done it.
Cool.
I have heard
So-
you freed the Slayer in the Abyss.
Oh, yeah.
Varth kind of scratches the back of his watery head.
Who?
Yep.
I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell. Nobody important then.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Shit happens.
Now, here you guys did some interesting things. Like you forgot to eat the fruit from those man-eating trees. So delicious.
I've also heard that you've saved Ravnica.
Yeah.
I mean, we helped.
We tried.
I
We were
mean,
there.
after the last election, there's no saving.
How do you know what Ravnica is?
I know that was more your accent, but I just think it's funny that I would think Azra just says Ravnica instead of Ravnica.
Yeah.
I also like that I was literally typing in all caps in the chat. How the fuck does he know what Ravnica is?
I have
Yeah.
my sources.
Azra also
Oh,
definitely has
I
that
know
thing of
who
like a
he
kid
is.
who's read a lot of books but doesn't know how things are pronounced. So like she says a lot of words wrong.
I have my resources.
Oh,
So it's in
bless
this
her
bag
heart.
copy of Dagger's diary. No way of knowing.
It's not a copy. It's her actual diary.
He would make a copy because he want to be able to leave Candlekeep with it.
No, she has two diaries. She has the one that she gave you, which was the original one, and she made a copy of a bunch of stuff. And
That's what we're saying. Is to
Oh,
have
okay.
a copy.
Yeah.
Copy.
The
Oh,
Candlekeep
okay,
version
okay,
is
okay.
the safe for work one.
Also,
Yeah.
I think you
okay.
remember hearing some things in the city of Doors about you killing an Arcana.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
forgot
bit
about
of
that.
that was a bit of
Oh.
a necessity.
Was that the guy with the fox head?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
the
he
guy
would-
that like teleported halfway through with the blood
Yeah.
walls. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
thing.
I believe the term is made him the bitch.
Meanwhile,
He also didn't teleport. We forcefully shunted the entire room to Gehenna.
meanwhile,
With us
When you say
in
we,
it.
when you say we,
meanwhile in Gehenna, that downhill is for all of eternity.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't stop.
Mhm.
I wonder how many people it's just been like.
Who put a building in here?
Wasn't me.
Yes, we've done many good things. Now we have 3 quests to complete. We must
Three?
save Azra's sister. No, brother.
Brother.
Dagger's the one with the
I do
sisters.
have a sister, but I don't know where she is.
We need to save her too.
I don't know. We'll get to that.
He said her brother from the Aboleth, and I believe he's in the city of
Seafood.
Seafood.
Shifu.
Nailed
Seafood.
it.
Sifu. Yeah. He's in the city of master. Okay, or teacher. Shifu. You know the guy from anyway.
Yeah.
2, our friend just got kidnapped by a married.
Married.
Yeah.
water genie, and now she's. What
Oh.
did she say she's doing?
I've had that happen before. That was fun.
Mm.
Eh,
I
I was
certainly hope
having a
does
freak
not
take
end
me in for a
badly.
while. It was kind of hot at first, but you get used to it.
Oh, with a certain spell, it's not that bad. I'd rather stay away from the city of brass, though.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
It's a bit dry. It's a dry heat, so really nice. Not that humid heat.
Good on the skin.
And then we
Unless
have
you're
to.
scum.
Those are the two main quests for the group.
Varth looks down at his body made completely out of water and looks back at the two of them. Yeah, I'm good.
What's number 3, Baron?
Vengeance
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't worry about that.
against that freaking nickel bolus.
Well,
Anyway.
Well, I have heard.
Oh, actually, no, that's a good quest. I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about fucking shopkeep.
Well,
I would have
Same.
revenge.
I have
I
heard.
shat in his mail and sent him a letter.
Oh, God.
I have heard dreadful rumors.
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty tame.
Mm.
After what I ate that night.
Talk about blood in your stool. Anyway.
Wow.
Okay, I think we're done. You can go ahead, Scott.
That's another one of those nights.
Yeah.
Good night then. The lost my train of thought. Right. I have heard rumors that these aboleth have been messing with the weave.
Yeah, so did we.
Yeah.
We ran into a mind flayer that had purple flames in his eyes.
I could help
There's
Flame.
been a
you.
lot of weird shit
Blue flame.
recently.
Sorry, blue flame.
I could.
But
Yes. Plague fire.
that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought all of them died out about a century ago.
Apparently, the elder aboleth overlord, whatever it is, or something, kept some of it and is using it to mutate people.
Abolord.
Yeah, whatever he calls itself.
The eldest.
Sure.
Whatever. I like my name better.
That's real ominous.
But I'd be willing to help you find your brother, rescue your brother.
We
And
were
the catch?
hoping
For
to.
our goals are merely the same. I need to go to the same location. Just for a different target.
Oh, what's your target?
The blue flames that they have.
So you
Why?
trying
Destroy
to
them,
just
then.
destroy, conquer,
Don't put words
take
in
over?
his mouth,
You know,
Varth.
honestly, I don't care.
You
I do.
you seem to be fairly honest adventurers, but I'll let you know when the time comes.
Nope.
If I trust you.
No, you won't.
Uh,
Insight check, insight check, insight check.
you
Go ahead.
have to get your brother. Is that not what you want? You want a brother?
I don't want it at the expense of all of humanity or whatever.
Yeah, it's only one planet. There's plenty of them.
Oh, that's not amazing.
25.
15.
Both
like
of you,
them.
both of you are pretty sure what he's telling you is genuine.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
is my
genuinely would tell
suspicion
us that.
genuine?
Or well, your suspicion. He doesn't. From what you can tell, he does not seem like he's going to use those fires for anything evil or against you, or will try to dupe you in any way. From what you can tell, he seems to genuinely want to, almost like an old adventurer who retired and wants to go on one last adventure.
What's your name, my guy, before we get too ahead of ourselves?
Terminail
Sure.
is the name.
Oh, yeah.
Terminail the White.
Never mind. Azra would have remembered that.
Tiramisu.
Maddie wrote it down and then forgot.
You go by other names, Terminail, or is that the only
Yeah.
one you have?
That's what
Wizards
I
have
read.
other names.
That is pardon my old brain. No, that's the one I go by. Yes.
Wait. Why do they call you the white? Your spellbook is red and you're wearing... What color are you wearing?
Oh, apologies. He waves his hand and the spellbook's now white.
That's very... That's all white. It's all
Mm,
white.
Does that look like a spell or a magic item?
It looks
Out of
like
curiosity.
it looks like he cast some kind of prestidigitation to make it white.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
like a low level spell.
I'm not
Yeah.
the biggest fan of the white. I prefer, black, red, blue, and stuff, but I'll deal with this time.
Brown.
No, nobody likes brown.
I know of
Hello?
I know of a friend.
Brown
that likes,
doesn't exist. It's just a shade of orange.
I know of a friend that likes brown.
She's like looking at her own skin, like,
He's quite
Thought
an
you were
odd
purple.
fellow.
Varth looks down at his
Wait.
clothing, which is mostly a shade of brown.
Mm.
Because he's wearing the Nixie clothes, which are like brown.
yeah.
Well, would you
I thought
mind?
Azra's purple.
Would you mind if I joined you? I would ask for no treasures in return.
Sure.
I don't really know if
I
there's going to
mean-
be any treasures.
If you do anything fucked, I'm gonna have to try and kill you.
I wouldn't expect anything less from an
Cool.
archmage.
Am I that? Okay.
You can
You're
cast
a
9th
higher
level spells.
CR
She
than
doesn't
the
know that.
Archmage.
She doesn't know that.
Oh, is that the first time you've been called as such?
I mean, yeah.
She's very
That
humble.
feels
I
weird.
admit to that shit.
Well, you can cast at the 9th circle of magic.
Well, yeah.
You are
I mean, I have
considered
for-
a master of wizardry.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back to school, aren't I?
We're a very humble party. I'm the humblest amongst us, as my
Yeah,
friends
you
can
say
tell
we.
you.
To the barkeep, he goes, "1 wizard's ale," and they pull over this it looks like a blue milkshake almost, and it's got like a frosted mug, and he
Varth
slides
looks
it
very
over,
confused.
and he slides it over to Azra, and says, "You should have more confidence in your abilities. You are quite powerful."
Just looks into the drink like.
Varth looks confusingly at the drink. What?
Compliments. What
is
do?
What do?
It is.
She's a level 20 wizard, but she doesn't know what that means.
It's just an alcoholic beverage.
Okay,
Hmm.
sniffs it. I used to work in a bar. What is it?
It smells of elderberries.
Ooh.
Your mom smells like
I shall
elderberry.
drink it. Yes, I was really gonna get to that.
Wait, isn't what was it in Witcher? It was lavender and elderberries, wasn't it? No, it
I
wasn't.
think, yeah.
No, it's lilac and gooseberries.
The gooseberries.
I
Gooseberries.
used to be that guy, but yeah.
Well, I knew you would know. That's why I asked.
yeah.
You go to drink it, and it tastes pretty good. Have you used any spell slots today?
Yes.
What's the lowest level one you've used?
3rd.
You've gained it back.
Ooh, that is interesting. I would like to know where this brewery is.
That's when you notice, with your innate arcana,
Oh.
that this tavern is not in the City of Glass,
Oh my god.
and that you are in an equivalent version of a magnificent mansion spell.
Cool. Yeah, she's trying not to be freaked out by that, but she is.
Since we are private, as you now notice that there are actually no other guests here in the tavern, and that there was no bartender to select the drink.
Oh my god.
He gives a wave of the
Magic.
hand, and as he gives a wave of the hand, the robes turn red, the spellbook turns red, he has a red pointed hat, and he has a big white beard.
And
he
I
says-
knew who he was because his name is a rearrangement of the letters of Elminster.
He
And
says,
when Scott typed it out,
"I
I was
have-
like, that's Elminster.
I have quite a clever disguise, but you all immediately recognize him as Elminster,
Ooh.
chosen of
Just
Mister.
like try and hide under the table.
Oh,
Wait,
Mister,
I've heard
you're the guy that
stories of
Mordecai says is a bitch.
Yeah, he does say that.
He laughs and he's like, "Yes, my good old friend Morty is an asshole."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
concur.
I mean, we did get that vibe.
Okay.
And he did actually
That's one of the
say-
things our group 100% agrees upon.
Okay, I have a thing.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember a bazillion years ago when we were first heading to Yizgard and we were on the Celestial Staircase and we ran into a random wizard's
Oh
tower
my
Yeah.
god.
and we realized that it belonged to some famous wizard? Do we know what wizard that was?
I think
Yeah.
Scott might have mentioned it at random, but I
No.
don't know if it was something that was
Okay.
written down.
I thought it was one of the named ones, and I'm just like,
No,
I don't
bet
know.
you-
no, it was just okay. I'll be honest. It was just some generic high-level wizard's tower.
Okay, okay,
He probably died centuries ago.
okay.
I could make up a name,
Meanwhile,
but he
the
really
tower.
doesn't matter.
I'm not dead yet.
We gotta go back
I'm
there.
only
No, we
mostly
explored
dead.
it.
I'm resting.
I'm only mostly dead.
Well, his ghost might have been there. Nah, he would have got mad that you guys touched his stuff if he was a ghost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never mind.
She was all up in his stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Friends?
Anyway,
Hold
At
on.
least Azra
he's
thinks
like,
anyway.
he's like, it's okay. You can get out of your system.
Get one out of our system.
I heard stories about you.
Azra's
back
under the
when I was
table,
a
I would like to
merchant.
point out.
I'm not
As
from
soon as he
Florida.
did that, she was like, nope.
Wait,
This
aren't you the guy who like boinked a goddess of magic a while back?
Did you just use the word boink?
he's like,
Yeah,
he's
from
like,
under the
he's like,
table.
maybe.
Oh my god.
Aren't you the one that can plane shift without any barriers in your path?
Yes. Yes. It is a special skill. You've heard of the Baron. Of
Yes,
course.
I have. You are one of the
Yes.
planeswalkers from your
Yeah.
reality.
Yep.
I would be of equivalent in power, at least in this world,
Hmm.
to a certain extent.
I hear you got weaker because of some weird event a couple of decades ago.
Yeah.
He was equivalently 35th level, by the way. Now he's 20th.
I also had levels in Rogue and Fighter.
And
He looks
Barbarian.
into the camera.
Don't forget 2 levels of Barbarian.
Hi.
Because he's Elminster, why not? He ran out of classes to
Well-
take. He's 20 wizard and equivalent 20 cleric.
It's especially funny because, like, if this is from the 2E version, that meant that he literally spent 2 levels. He's a human, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent 2 levels not using any wizard spells.
His
This
multi-class
is third level.
deficiency percentage in
Or third edition.
3.5 was 95%.
Oh, okay. Third edition is totally different then.
Meaning he received 95% less XP than you gave when you gave it to
He
him.
pulls out
So
a
you take 5% of his XP and that's all he would have gotten.
he pulls out a pipe and he starts smoking from it.
Elminster's ever smoking pipe.
Mhm.
A magical item in Baldur's Gate, the video game.
Smoke.
You
Well,
can use fog cloud from it.
Should we go save your friend then?
Well,
The legendary Bard of Knowledge Dagger?
Yeah, we need
Who?
her. I mean, I need
definitely
her. Like,
her.
emotionally right now.
they're sisters from another mister.
We also definitely
I mean, that's gross, but
need-
pretty much.
We also were planning on using Gate to free her brother. Do you, with your knowledge, Elminster,
Yeah.
think that would work?
Probably
We know
not.
vaguely where he is, if that helps.
Smoke.
Probably not.
Okay.
Hmm. So we would have
Aboleth
to get
use
into the
like to
cities.
use very strange magics from the far realm. They usually prevent teleportation and planar magics from working.
Mm.
So we would.
He's
have
on a
to
ship in the
directly
Underdark, near the Lake of Shadows.
Oh
if
shit!
that
I
helps.
thought he was in the. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, great! The Underdark.
Yes,
Black-
Thesaurus
Yeah, that's what I
crystals.
said.
The Black Darkness Shadow Evil Lake.
He puffs on his
Thesaurus crystals.
he puffs on his pipe in disappointment at the sound of Underdark.
Yeah.
I might
It's
have to
kinda
call a
dark
friend.
down there.
I might have to call a favor from an old drow friend of mine.
Oh boy. But yeah, do you think that location would make the gate
Wait,
easier because he's
you
not
don't
like in the
mean-
city, or?
No, you
Okay.
couldn't mean that, Drow.
It's
Well,
the one with the
I
hat.
cannot.
No.
I cannot handle the level of having fucking Drizzt to this party. The level of
Look,
extra.
we're-
Oh my god.
We're fine as long as it's not the Drizzt from the Baldur's Gate video game, because my god, he was ready to kill you.
Or the
Ran
one
him
from
into the
other
video
Baldur's
game
Gate
and you
thing,
had
but
2
no.
dialogue options. If you selected the wrong one, he killed you in less than a second.
Oh, that
So,
that reminds me of when I was at Gen Con 19.
What's a Gen Con?
Oh, you see, it's a
Jins?
event over at the material plane called Earth. Me and
It's
Morty
called
there.
Orth.
That's in great space.
What?
Oh, I thought. Oh, not Arth, but Earth, not Orth.
Hmm.
Because there's 5. There's like 6 of them, one for each vowel.
I hate it.
Elminster would know that, but anyway, the
Not joking.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, Gary Gygax put down that the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, in any case,
Mhm.
We have a
Let's
show
roll.
to we have a show to watch. As he pulls out a pocket watch and he sees the time.
Ooh, damn, that's fancy. It's one of the gnomish
What?
Ravnica
That
contracts.
shit
that
must be so
do?
expensive.
What's that thing do?
Oh, it
Tells
tells
time.
It tells the time.
What's time?
It's the passage of one moment to another. Like when we speak now, what I said in the before was in the past. Therefore, that progression is called time.
Like an hourglass.
Oh, hourglass. Got it.
Do you know what the fuck time is?
Actually, Varth only ever used, even as a merchant, used an hourglass to measure how long he was going to have the longest conversation he would have with someone when he was talking to them. He really wouldn't have had exposure to a water clock.
Oh, and don't get me started on.
Well, like, it's still the word time still exists.
It was very relevant in the use of what he was doing.
Don't get me started on. I gotta make sure I pronounce it right. What is it called? What is it in Wildmount? Durmancy?
Dunamancy.
Dunamancy. Don't get me started on Dunamancy.
Sorry, just that word sounds so silly to me.
Yeah, it's
Is that the
it's such a weird.
use of magic to affect dunes?
Just
Spice
summons
must
the book,
flow.
dude.
Spice shall flow.
It just makes
That would
sand
be
go everywhere.
terrifying.
Is that sand magic?
Well, in any case, we should get ready. And he just like shakes his clothes, and they turn back to his disguise. You notice that he literally doesn't change his face and beard.
You forgot the book again.
Oh, sorry. That's the book.
Stop nitpicking Elminster, please.
Sorry. I mean, if he's going to keep up the disguise.
Yeah. Should we look like fancy? I'm not
Varth.
good at fancy.
Varth on water elementals to look like normal water Genasi Varth again.
I know how
I
to.
guess if we're going to be fancy, I should be material.
I know how I could help with that. And he just like
Oh.
spins his staff around, and he casts a spell on all three of you. And now all three of you look like natives of the plane of water. So Azra
Oh.
looks like a. Ooh, what would you look like? A sea elf.
I guess. I'm feeling for the horns.
Varth looks like Varth.
He looks completely the same. He looks unchanged in every measure of the word. I'm wearing a Nixie's outfit. I've got
Yep.
I've got a face mask on my shoulder, and I'm a water elemental that's has glowy lines in me.
And Baron
Okay,
looks like
no.
a water genie.
I have a actually important question though.
Mhm.
When you don't have to answer. If he casts Seeming, does he actually target Varth and make Varth look like Varth? Because then if you wild shape, you still look like Varth.
Oh my
But you're
god.
a fucking shark.
Oh man, that's
For-
right. We have to...
For comedic effect, I will say yes, he did.
Cool. Keep that in mind.
Of course he did that.
And
Checks out.
he goes to leave the tavern. And as he goes to leave the tavern, you can see the other side of the doorway is just water. Looks like a sheet of water. You hear what
Ooh.
sounds like festivities and trumpets and a bunch of xylophone, like do 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 kind of music going.
The
I don't
seaweed
like
is
this level.
always green.
This level is confusing. I'm not sure I like it.
I summon a cat because I'm in emotional distress.
A catfish appears.
No, that's not what I wanted.
No, oh no, wait, no, you're still in the demiplane.
Just holding the cat.
You're still in You're still in the demiplane, so it's a cat. It's just a cat.
Okay, I had a vision where you were a catfish and I didn't like it. Please don't ever do that. It's like,
Your cat's like.
Also, I 100% believe.
Makes catfish noises.
I'm fairly certain that even when we had everybody, the party was small enough that Varth could target all of us with water breathing. I 100% believe
Yeah.
he casted all the familiars as well.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did,
The familiar's
Though,
fine.
to be fair, maybe not your cloud of familiars because they themselves require their own casting. Don't you have like a
Right.
maximum of 10 of them?
You know what?
Yes.
You know what?
I think I get 3 with my, because I have it at will.
Elminster-
Because I chose it as one of my at will spells.
Elminster notices he was about to cast water breathing on everybody, but then he notices innately that you all already have that spell on you. And
And it would
he
look
says,
like druid magic.
and he says,
Mm.
you've casted quite a lot of times. Here, let me fix that. He like makes a little arcane rune on top of each of your foreheads, and as he does, they disappear. And he says, "There. Now you don't need to waste your spell slot every day." As all he did via Arcana check that Azra just automatically passes, the spell is casting you guys continuously so many times in a row that all he had to do was just like change one little thing, and he made it permanent.
Cool.
Awesome.
So now you have permanent magical water breathing.
Yay! Let me just find that spell level and add a spell slot back to it.
Woo!
Yay, look, I have
'cause
3
you gotta
third level
prepare-
spells now.
Because there's a
You
lot.
gotta prepare that shit. You've prepared that spell for every day of your life,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Uh-huh.
It's been a few
I'm
years.
on my
You've
list
been-
of spells, and it says spells per day, 3rd level, 2, because I always cast water breathing, so
Wow.
there's not a 3rd one.
Wow.
in game, you've been casting
Water
water
breathing
breathing
is a
on the party
ritual.
daily for at
Like
least
years.
15 months.
At least
Yeah.
15 months. I was going to say it's over a year for sure, but I've
Yeah.
been casting it every single day since I've had the spell.
Yeah, you've more than met the requirement for it being permanent. So you're permanent.
Cool. Can you do that
Um,
on Dagger once we like rescue her from this whole situation?
We'll say I do that in scene 23. Let's go.
Wait.
Monty Python Holy Grail
Scene-
reference. Anyway,
Right.
Okay.
they go to walk out, and as they walk out, we go back to Dagger. Dagger is prepping. You notice that they have all these different other slaves that you are now in charge of that will be the orchestra and stuff.
Oh my
They have you
goodness.
like doing like stage prep and everything. And that you'll be
Okay.
on in 10 minutes.
Sound
Oh,
check.
Jesus. I'm gonna send the message, like the transcript of the message to the Zoom again.
You notice
Um,
the curtains are emperor jellyfish tentacles, and there's just so many of them, it's
That's
just
cool.
cover. And they're literally the jellyfish. They're not like dead or magical. It's just
Oh.
the myriads are able to
An
control
enemy.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people are in the band?
It's a full orchestra.
Oh Jesus! All right, I can't do that
Lots.
many.
60.
It's a Triton orchestra.
Well, that's a small orchestra.
A
Okay.
Triton's Beria orchestra.
Nah.
I tried. I tritoned.
I'm going to.
What happened to my inspiration points? They're all gone. Weird.
Okay, so first off, I am going to call my familiar. I'm gonna call Leo.
hmm
Be like, okay, buddy. I think we're back in the plane of water. We were in a demi-plane for a bit.
His mouth
You're
opens
100%
and a
sure
bubble
we are?
comes out of his mouth and it pops and you hear a bark.
Oh.
Buddy. I want you to look around outside and see what you see. I'm gonna be on stage, so I'm not really gonna be able to talk to you, but we should still be able to hear each other, and I think I can communicate with him telepathically even while I'm doing other shit. As long as he's not too far away.
Okay, he goes to
Yeah.
paddle off. Not too long after he paddles off, Amirid's like, "Oh, that blink dog,
Oh,
that
he's
aquatic
like-
blink dog is not in line. It should be over here with the other dancing aquatic blink dogs."
Oh no.
Wisdom saving throw.
No! Fuck! Hang on! Let me. Oh, Jesus. My computer is dying.
Counterspell.
I'll pull up the blink dog stats.
Terry went
God.
chasing after her.
Oh, actually, no. This would be a charisma save, not a wisdom save. So how's everyone else doing?
Ah.
I mean, we're hanging out with Elminster. It's the dream I've had for every character that's ever existed in all of D&D.
Yeah.
And I've always been the dungeon master, so it's never ever happened until this very moment. So congrats on fulfilling that.
Huh?
Mm.
Your character died.
Oh, okay.
Ah, there we go.
I like that you didn't stop rolling.
Right, even.
Okay,
I
so
love this D20 so much.
so this isn't a wisdom save; it's a charisma save. My bad.
I knew that she was just gonna laugh at that for Christmas sake.
31.
31 for the blink dog?
Well, oh fuck. I thought it was for me.
No, this is for the blink dog.
Laughter retracted.
21. I got a nat 20. This
Wow.
gold dice has saved my life so many
Holy shit.
times.
Hey, that's my dice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No!
Sorry, that just like faded off defeat. Just no.
People who don't know you're in the same house just had a very strange experience.
Yeah.
I almost died when Jeanette mentioned the other day that she never realized for the longest time that
my
we were in
God.
the same house, and she actually screamed the first time one of us walked on camera for the other one.
The
God.
It's good times.
he feels like he's his body start to move against his will, but he fights it off.
I will tell him to play nice and go with it, but just keep an eye out.
Okay. The Myriad's like, Oh, you'll come anyway. Then you are a good dog. You are a good boy. Pats his head twice.
Tail wag.
And
He's
she
a
takes
cheater,
him
happy
off.
Nirvana.
And she takes him off into like a back room, or should I say a back hall? There's no rooms here. There's all grand halls here. And if you're not remote seeing things from his side, so
I am not, no.
So I
I'm
won't go
just-
into detail where she leads him.
Yeah, I'm just basically asked him to keep an eye out, and so that I know what to expect if there's any dangers out there, basically.
He's gonna have his own Scooby-Doo adventure then.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Yay!
Snacks.
once you have everything prepped,
Scooby snacks?
you
Or?
start to hear what sounds like a crowd and such, and it seems to be getting louder and louder. You think there's a live audience here.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
The rest of you literally just appear here via teleport spell, as Elminster can cast it at will.
Yes,
Oh,
he can.
good. Good. Cool.
And you notice that you are in the back of what's equivalent to a modern day, I'm mind blanking here.
Theater?
Stadium, like a stadium,
Yeah.
a big wide stadium, and you guys are in like the nosebleed, and you notice that you're with
I'm just picturing the amphitheater, but like instead of made out of stone, it's made out of coral.
yeah.
Ooh.
You notice floating in the water with like the same buoyancy, so it just floats there, are these pearls. Huge, impossibly huge pearls. Most of them are pink. Quite a few of them are black and white. Most of them are not perfect spheres. They're kind of lumpy. They're like what most pearls look like. But they're just so
Natural pearl.
huge that you know one of those would probably be priceless. You're not sure if you could ever find a buyer for one.
When I made a final buyer,
And-
we see what they can give us.
You notice where you guys are at? It's like a bunch of mortal aquatic creatures, so a bunch of Locatha, a bunch of sea elves and whatnot.
Dude,
As
this
you
is
go
for the
further
mortals.
down,
Let's
and you
go
notice the front row, the front rows are a bunch of myriads, and you notice like opera house balconies that really don't need to be there. It doesn't matter, and you're pretty sure are noble myriads. You can
We should be up
barely
there.
make out the noble myriads, as they have at least 10 servants on them each. Some of them, the servants are their seat.
Wow. We can't even see the stage from up here. Varth pulls out his crystal ball. Good thing I can
Aw,
scry
we
a dagger
sold-
from here.
We
Cute.
sold that.
You notice a few other
Spyglass.
audience members are like, they're like leaning in to look.
Yeah.
We need to look into the crystal ball.
Mhm.
Yeah. I am definitely going to use scrying on her for this because Varth wants to see the show.
You notice
and
as you
he's-
cast scrying, there is no wisdom save from Dagger, as the myriads have already set up a scrying prerequisite via multiple
Awesome.
wish spells.
yeah.
Well,
Where
of course.
now when you cast scrying,
You got the
it
VOD.
immediately is like a perfect camera view of the concert stage.
Oh my god.
I stand up and like,
It's got like
This-
color correction and
Yeah.
like
This is
popcorn,
much
hot
cooler
dog,
than my
over here.
usual stuff.
And you're getting and before the even stage comes up, you see like a completely different image, and it says, "This presentation for you has been brought to you by," and it's like some like advertisement
Oh my
for
God.
some Myriad himself. It's not even for a product. It's just him saying how great he is, and then it goes to you.
This
That is
presentation
so
has
on
been
brand.
brought to you by
That's
Halwajim the Great. Well, okay.
That
Reminds me of
is so on brand for them.
aubergine.
I'm not
That's
entirely
Han-
sure I pronounced his name.
Han
right, but
Machine
it
the
was only
Great,
there for-
placer of ads, man of sports.
Wait,
Purple.
okay, it's still going. All right, there's a paragraph here. Never mind.
Yeah, there's like ticker tape at the bottom, just constantly running.
It
I
conveniently
love his name.
it conveniently lasts for 30 seconds, and then it goes to the stage.
Nice.
And as it goes to the stage, a few minutes later, all the lights that you saw coming in through like the glass panes and stuff, all of those lights seem to fade. They look like daylight breaking through, but they just seem to fade off, and it gets very low light. Most of the audience is pretty loud, but they're just like shh. And then like two ridiculously large lanternfish float in, and their lanterns go choom choom.
That's so cool.
And it's
That's
like-
cool.
And now for our feature presentation, a voice says in Aquan, and it goes through the entire place. First show is what appears to be a very fancy-looking Myriad. He's got, for some reason, he has white hair, and it's like really brushed back. He's got on like a 3-piece suit with a tie, and you notice that he has a wand. And you're like, oh, is he gonna cast magic? And he starts to wave it like this.
Oh my god.
And as he does that, that's when the orchestra starts up. And you hear like the you know, like that song.
Yeah.
And there's just an impossibly enormous school of fish that swims into the place. The different colors of the fish seem to arrange themselves to make all these different beautiful colors and imagery. But they also seem to not only be like a screen of their own where each one of them is like a pixel, but they also will make themselves into certain shapes. And you see this immaculate play, and the genie Myriad who is orchestrating, you see like him with the same stupidly goofy over the top Dali mustache, in fish form, because it's the school of fish making this shape. And he's got like big pecs and like a 6-pack, shirtless, and he's got a sword and shield. And the majority of the school of fish turns into a sea dragon. And there's like this epic battle between the two, but it's like he just wins easily. Like it goes to strike him, and he just puts his arm underneath its head. You hear like the Myriads like laughing and stuff, and it's more of a comical than an adventure.
By the way, the song he is referencing is the Blue Danube. I recognized his singing of it from Looney Tunes. Go ahead.
But then after that one, they say, and now performance from what some consider the most talented mortal in the inner planes, Dagger Catterley.
The Baron sits back down. Oh,
There's some murmurs coming from only Dagger notices this because her perception's so high she can even make out different parts of the audience. The front rows that are the Myriads are like,
And then way in the back part of the nosebleed, there's like 4 people that go, woo!
and as 4 people
Yeah,
go,
bird!
"Woo!" And-
play free
but
bird!
most people are like, because they have no idea who you are.
Way up in the nosebleed,
yeah.
people are like 4 people are screaming.
Yeah, I'm thaumaturgying, by the way, to make my voice louder, so that she can hear me.
Smoke on the water.
The Myriads hear your thaumaturgy, and they get a little jealous,
Oh.
so they all cast thaumaturgy in themselves to whisper loudly.
Okay, so a couple questions. Did Azra ever get my sending?
Yes,
And does my blink dog see them?
yes. Your blink dog was part of that giant school of fish.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, that's adorable.
All fish and then just one dog.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a dogfish.
More?
He would do the like acknowledgement bork of like, "Hey, I know you," and then continue on as he was
Yeah,
told.
when you guys went like woo from like the nosebleeds, his ears perk up and he turns around and notices you guys. That's when he notices.
Baby boy.
Baby. Would so other than me, the only other person that would be on stage would be like the
Whoever
orchestra
else,
guy.
whoever else you would want on stage to help you with your performance.
Stage manager would be right in the wings.
The orchestra is below the stage. They're visibly like hidden. You know, the lights aren't on
In the
them.
pit.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
That's
so
what
stupid.
orchestra guys sound like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining a Triton, and he's just got like a headset on. He's got security. He's just,
Oh
yeah.
my god. Yeah. Bass clarinet, dog.
Okay. Dagger is gonna target herself. The if he'll allow it, the conductor, and she would invite oh god, what's her name?
Well, you would have told them ahead of time,
Hero.
so they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cast enhanceability on all three of us to boost our charismas to gives advantage.
Oh boy. Okay, let me roll for them. Oh wow. Okay.
I'm casting. This is so stupid. I'm casting major image at. Hang on. At 6th level, so I just spent a 4th and a 6th level spell.
Okay. Describe what you're doing.
Okay. She is initially she's standing next to the conductor when the music starts up, and then she's going to act like she's conducting herself, but as she's conducting, she's casting major image.
Cool.
And then alongside the school of fish are just like ice sculptures of various different aquatic life alongside them, so like dolphins and other fish, and like one shark that during an epic moment comes in and like tries to chomp all the fish, and they just narrowly get out of the way. And then the whole time after, once she casts it, she's going to start singing all about how awesome oh boy, where was it?
Wasima Jabibi?
Great Hakim of the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls, courtier of the Great Padisha, teacher of the Sirens, mistress of the Waterspouts, the beauty of the Married, and the Raj of the Monsoon, Wasima Habibi, and all of the cool shit that she's done.
As you're doing this, give me a performance check.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Just so you know, the conductor got a 25 with your help, and the Nereid nat 20'd.
Nice.
So she got a 26.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a bardic inspiration because of fucking course I rolled garbage.
Mm.
Fuck it. Hang on.
Math.
Yeah,
Hmm?
Being high level is hard, y'all.
Swimming over to you, since we're at the end of the session, and I have the duck rule,
Ah!
a turtle duck swims over to you,
Okay.
and the turtle duck hands you a d12 to add to this roll, and then swims off.
Okay. Oh boy. That's a 42.
Okay.
Meaning of
I
life,
rolled
the
a-
universe, and everything.
As you're doing this amazing
so
show,
I had advantage, but I rolled a 9. I spent bardic inspiration and my boon of fate and the duck.
as you're giving this grandiose performance, she can't help herself. She materializes on the stage herself
Oh my god.
and goes along with it.
Of course.
First,
Cool.
you're probably slightly worried, but she seems to definitely know what she's doing, even with such a huge ego. And she's able to go with your performance like it was actually part of it the whole time. But only you and her
Nice.
know
Mm-hmm.
that she was not supposed to be on stage right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then as your performance ends, the audience is surprisingly quiet for a brief moment. When you notice the lights veer off of the stage and they move up to one of the opera balconies, and you notice one female myriad who seems to have multiple myriads as her servants.
Oh shit.
You're pretty sure that this is the great,
Oh shit.
has a lot of titles, lady.
Druid Padishah?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And everyone seems to sit there nervously waiting for her response to your performance. And she goes, and the whole place just goes off from there and everyone starts clapping. Thunderous applause. It sounds like a tsunami underwater.
Dag's about to have a heart
Thaumaturgically
attack.
thunderous.
Yes. Multiple thaumaturgies going off at once.
Multiple fish scales of gold and silver and little pearls get thrown and slowly float down onto the stage.
Confetti.
Mm.
And as you finish your performance, and the applause seems to die down a little bit, all of a sudden you start hearing from the audience, specifically from starting with the myriads and then branching out from there. Encore, encore,
no.
encore, encore.
Oh no.
Elminster's like, this is our chance. He has to yell it to you guys because it's loud.
Oh,
Okay.
What?
Azra's halfway through, like, requesting that she do, like, the very first song about, like, when she got shipwrecked and stuff.
Hmm?
Do any of you do anything?
I mean, I don't know. We
You
didn't
don't
talk
have
about
to.
this.
You don't have to.
Quick, Elemenster.
How far away
come
from
back,
me?
and
Are you
go out.
within message range?
Yeah, I think the nosebleeds are out of message range.
Yeah, I was gonna say
What is its range? And do you have
120
spell
120.
sniper?
Yeah.
Do you have spell sniper?
Oh,
It
doesn't have an
require
attack
a
roll.
Attack roll though.
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, you're not in range.
but it
Okay.
would double it. Yeah,
You're a few hundred feet away. Definitely not.
yeah. I could Eldritch Blast at her if that helps.
That's not going to send a positive message, I don't think.
Elminster teleports down onto the stage,
Oh God.
and the myriad's like, oh, what is this? And he casts a spell, or no,
Mordecai's
see him
disjunction.
cast a 9th level spell,
Yeah.
and the necklace on your neck immediately turns into an ingot of brass, falls to the ground, and it's an ignin. And it just says brass, 1 kg. Ignin. And
Does that do anything else to my other plethora
you
of magic
immediately
items?
you immediately notice that the dimensional shackle has been disjunctioned. It has been turned back to its raw non-magical materials, and all magic on it is gone.
Yep. And
That
that's a little
spell is
spell
very
that-
cheap.
He grabs you,
Hi.
teleports back to the rest of the party, grabs Baron, and says, "Everybody, grab on!" And teleports.
I snap
Hold on.
and put my dog
It's
in
like,
in
I didn't finish my
the
hot
yeah.
dog.
in the demi plane.
Give money to the guy who just
Yeah.
gave me the hot dog. Hold on.
Hold on, guys.
It's a sea dog.
I just
God.
got a hot dog.
As this rando that I've never met just vanishes, I just salute the merit and tell her it was a pleasure. Bye.
She screams in frustration that
Oh
you
my
can hear
God.
even from the nosebleeds the split second before you guys teleport out.
Oh God. I have Dagger like this, by the way. I'm not holding any hands. I'm just like.
I just realized
You got Dagger in the hug
illusion
lock.
is just
Oh
there
yeah.
forever
Oh yeah.
until they spell it.
They can do that easily. They just go. "Whoop."
Yeah, they can.
Good.
But
Um,
it's
funny,
still
though.
funny.
and you all notice that you are now no longer underwater. And you
Oh,
notice you're
right.
in the streets of Neverwinter
Oh
as he casts
I
Plane
know
Shift.
where we are.
God, we just keep coming back here.
Or no, sorry, the streets of Baldur's Gate. If that makes
I
sense.
thought he grabbed the
Ooh,
bear. I
Baldur's Gate soundtrack.
thought he asked the Baron to
Yeah,
take us.
Well, the Baron
No,
was
he's
like,
just burning
the Baron was like,
Oh, okay.
the Baron's like, do something. He's like, okay, sure, I'll do it.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
And we will,
Yeah, monster.
and we will end there.
Oh,
Oh
thank
boy.
Oh no, okay,
Ooh.
sorry. We'll end with. What were you gonna say, Varth?
Oh, I was just like, whoo. Like, I mean, he's Elminster. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, what did you say? Thanks,
Yeah.
Elminster?
Thanks,
Oh,
bud.
yeah.
I guess.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Obama.
Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna hug Azra.
Yeah.
That was
She's
terrifying.
hyperventilating. She's hyperventilating in your ear.
Okay.
I'm
Same.
glad you learned so much from me. Your performance fills my heart with greatness because you learned so much from my lessons.
Varth grabs the bridge of his nose, shakes his head, and looks over at Elminster and says, thank you for the timely escape.
I don't know who this Elminster is you speak of, as he does an obvious wink. I am only a terminal, the white mage.
Right.
Bruh.
Sorry, Terminal. Easy
It's
confusion.
alright. It's alright, man.
Okay, Dagger, you can humor me with a history check. What'd you get?
Oh, that wasn't a history check. That was an insight check that I rolled.
Oh,
That was a dirty.
You don't need an
Not
insight
to
check.
see.
Elminster's really
Oh,
bad at
okay.
lying.
Yeah.
He's intentionally really bad at
it's
lying,
not.
by the way.
Did you get 30 or higher?
No, I actually only got a 20.
No.
I rolled really garbo.
You know who Elminster is, but you don't know who this alias he's using is.
Okay.
Terminally stupid.
So that's
Yeah.
where we'll end it tonight.
Oh, and the next
Oh,
episode is going to be
also he says, "Oh, I was able
epic
to
combat.
grab this real quick," and he goes to hand Dagger a scroll. He says, "It's the least you can do. That was a hell of a performance, or the least I can give you."
What is it?
You open it up, and it's a scroll of astral projection.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fun.
Oh,
Oh.
shit! And I
He whispers to Varth, "I might have stole it from her from that Myriad's treasure hoard."
I got an idea.
Varth nods
You created-
approvingly.
Create a modified version.
Seems like a fixture.
Azra projection.
Oh no, I hate it immediately.
Project
that's
Azra
just
somewhere.
Azra casting it.
Yeah. Like, no matter
Also,
what
can
you're
we say
projecting.
that during that hour that I spent in her definitely not a harem room, I got a jar to put in all that 1,000 gold worth of incense in?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Did you take anything else? Did you take anything else from that room, like the pillow sheets?
No, I didn't want to piss her off any more than I definitely already have now.
Oh, that wasn't you. Oh no, she wouldn't care. She would probably still try to kill you anyway.
Nope.
Cool.
I had a plan.
And
Yeah.
in the streets of Baldur's Gate, as you all are just like, "Whew, okay, we made it out," an eruption of water appears in front of you all, and there's a very angry Myriad lady,
God damn it.
and we'll end there.
God damn it.
God damn it, Elminster. I don't even know who he is.
We should just teleport away from him and be like, bye.
You can't. You can next episode.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
leave his ass to deal with it. It's your problem
Peace.
now.
So
Why the fuck are we even in Baldur's Gate?
He likes Baldur's Gate.
This is my
He's there,
favorite
like,
tavern.
all
Yeah,
the
he's
time.
weird.
Yeah.
I like to think eccentric.
Okay.
Not
I
weird.
mean, you can be both. Azra knows.
Okay, so we'll go with plugs. I think we'll start with Azra.
Hey, it's a me. I'm a Mario, I guess.
That's okay. Everyone knows our
It's just,
Italian.
I lose the ability to speak English after a while.
He's like,
Um,
oops, wrong plane shift.
Regardless, regardless, follow me on Twitter. It's right under my face. I make stuff and things. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing in terms of plugs. Just follow us all on Twitter.
Do you-
We
are you-
talk about entertaining garbage.
Are you still doing stream overlay commissions?
Oh yes, I am. Give me money. I'll make you cool stuff.
She made our Reign of Misrule overlay. as an
Did.
example.
It's super great.
And I just finished one for my buddy Inez, and it looks hell cool. And I'm excited for her to start using it because I can start showing it off. It looks sick.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Blake, we'll go with you next. Okay, Varth.
Oh. Stay tuned. Because after this campaign ends, which may be next episode, maybe an episode after, who knows, we will begin on the same time slot, on the same every other Saturday schedule that Trackless C is, the Dark Matter campaign that I have, The Mystery of the Silver Fleet.
Ooh. And I might commission Madi for the overlay.
Ooh.
I think she'll like making that one.
Yeah.
Money.
That too.
That is nice as well. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Dagger, aka Cat, aka
Hi.
the bard who wooed all the myriads.
Just too sexy for her own good.
Apparently. Hi. Oh boy, what do I have going on? So tomorrow is Waterdeep / Spelljammer / Retroverse. But who knows?
I stopped caring a while back. I'm just throwing whatever I want in the game.
As it should be.
The D&D.
Yeah. Apparently, we have boobied ourselves into the Psionic Wars.
You said
So
movie.
that's a thing.
Sorry, I had to do it.
I started it, to be fair.
You did.
And then after that, next Friday is Corruption Game of Retroverse, and they're finally back to the main plot, to their normal characters. And last we left off, they were in the city of Rosa Gallica, in the midst of what looked like some kind of very large battle at the front steps of the Cathedral of the One True Maker. And Scotty's corruption druid Gruck was a T-Rex for reasons.
Because T-Rex.
Because he can. Yeah, so we'll be picking up there.
I think I was going for the Jesus Gregory lion, and I was like, ride me.
Yeah.
Ride me.
And we'll be picking up there, and the party will finally be reunited and yeah, and figure out what the hell they want to do next, which like I have no idea. Yeah, that's my stuff.
And
follow me on Twitter. I do like editing of game stuff.
Yee. And we might have something to talk about in the next few weeks.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And last but not least, Kevin.
Katrina said most of mine.
Sorry.
The one game a week I get to push, and you. Other than that, I mean, nothing. Maybe we'll stream our game after at some point. We get new computers.
Yeah, hopefully next time we play this, we won't drop the call every 5 seconds because my computer won't be Garbo.
It'll be able to do more than one thing at once.
Oh my god, what is that like?
Literally, all I can handle right now is this and fucking Notepad.
Yep.
I have one tab open on my Google Chrome for Varth's character sheet.
I can't even have Chrome. That's why I have Notepad.
Yeah. My laptop that I'm using this from is like, you could do more, but I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah. I have a fan pointing at my CPU, otherwise my laptop will overheat and die.
Mine isn't overheating yet, but it's close.
I have 10 tabs open on Google Chrome.
Yeah, well, fuck you, man.
This is why everyone needs to buy.
Yeah,
we need to buy overlays from Madi so she can afford a better computer.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Buy overlays so she can get a better computer. Do it.
So,
yeah.
Buy like 10 of them.
So on that note, thank you everyone who is watching or who will watch in the future, and we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Be careful what you wish for.
Don't know.